Good morning, Travelin Mike here, and the sun's coming up and it means it's time for another road trip. Today we're getting ready to head out to California, another 1,400 mile trip. So come along, let's see what kind of adventures we have this time. The car's all loaded and ready to go, so we'll be out on the road shortly. I know there's some new superchargers along the way, a couple of them or so we may be stopping at those, check those out. And I forgot to mention in the last video that I do get the free supercharging, so it'll be a nice trip with no supercharging charges. Okay, so we're here at Clyde charging, and this was our dilemma. We were going to go the northern route and cut up for Lubbock. However, the Lubbock superchargers are offline, and it's just under 400 miles from Clyde to Santa Rosa, which might be cutting it short. And we could stop and top off again in Sweetwater. It still could cut it short, so I think we're just going to stay on I-20 here and head to El Paso and go the southern route, come back the northern route. So, and we're charged up to 100% actually, or I think that's where we're at. Let me look here. Charged up to 99%. I'm going to clean the windshield off real quick, and then we'll hit the road and just head on down the southern route. We are in Big Spring. Get that in there. And this is a set of new superchargers, version 3s. There's some more on this side. There's quite a few here. Lowe's grocery store, little shopping center, and gas station over here. But we only need to be here for about 20 minutes or so. I don't know, something like that, but that'll be enough to get us all the way down to Van Horn. This is a really nice brand new Lowe's grocery store. Okay, it says we've got about enough to keep on going, and I'm going to stop it before we go and make a phone call to a hotel for get us booked up for tonight, and then we'll be on our way. Okay, we've got 95%, charged and get that up there. Got a room reserved for the night, so let's hit the road and head on down to Van Horn. Right now we're in Pecos, Texas, and it's right here by a Flying J truck stop. And these are the version 2 150 kilowatt chargers. So, but we only need to be here for 5 minutes. We don't really need to stop, but we're taking a quick bathroom break and then on our way to Van Horn. Well, while I'm out here in Pecos, let me tell you a story. It's been a long time since I've been out here, but in my prior life as a funeral director, I had to come all the way out here from Austin to pick up an accident victim and at a funeral home out here and bring him back to Austin. And I got almost all the way back to Austin, and the funeral home called me up out here in Pecos and said, "Hey, you guys need to come back and pick his arms up. We found his arms." So I made another trip the same day out to Pecos. So that's my Pecos story for you. But we're charged up and ready to go. So I'll see you down the road. Alright, we're at Van Horn, and these are version 2 superchargers here. Let's see, 150 kilowatts, so it says I only need to be here for about 10 minutes, but I'm going to charge for a while, and I'll do a recap of the day for you. Okay, I stand corrected. These are version 3s, so they are fast chargers, because I'm getting 185 kilowatts. So that's not going to take me long here at all then. So forget what I first said. These are version 3 chargers, and we'll get it charged up quick. And this supercharger is by a Lowe's Market grocery store, so I'm gonna see if I find some food in here for us to eat for supper. Okay, let's have a recap of first day on the trip. So we started off with a cow walking across the highway in front of us, and which is no big deal, but I guess it was a sign of what was going to happen, because we had to take a detour later on and not go the northern route and head to the southern route, which I don't really like too much because they don't have as many stopping places and you're out in the desert and it's boring. Driving through West Texas is very boring. So, but hey, the lights went out. Hold on a second. Anyway, I found out that I like the enhanced autopilot better than the full self-driving. We did about probably the first half with full self-driving, which worked pretty good, but it really got annoying because it really doesn't give you enough time to look things up on the map, try to find a radio station, and all it does is beep at you and tell you to pay attention to the road. So it finally kicked me off and I'm like, I've had enough of this. So I just dropped it down to enhanced autopilot, and I really like it better. It seems to when you do the auto lane change, it'll actually auto lane back into the lane you were in. Full self-driving hasn't been doing that very often at all, hardly at all. So I do like that with the enhanced autopilot, because it'll take you past a semi truck and it'll take you right back in front of it, and you don't have to keep telling it what to do. So I found it, and you can spend a little more time trying to find a radio station or looking up at where you are on the map. So okay, so other than that, I think it was about 60 degrees all day, so it wasn't that hot, and there's like a 10-mile-an-hour wind out of the southeast, and that didn't affect us too much either. It would have probably helped out a little if I went the north way, because that would have been a tailwind, but that was going to be cutting it a little close. Found a couple of new version 3 superchargers along the way. Haven't been this way in a long time, but there are a few of them that are faster, so you don't have to go through all the slow ones. There's a lot more slower version 2s along the southern route than the northern route. So but so far we're doing fine. Have plenty of juice, no range anxiety at all. So I'm going to get this charged up here and head over to the hotel for the night, and then tomorrow we're going to be heading on into through El Paso, get through there in the morning and see how far we can get to Southern California. Hopefully we can make it tomorrow evening. And since we're talking about El Paso, and I already told you one funeral story, I might as well tell you another one from El Paso. Of course, as a lot of you know, if you've watched any of my other videos, I've been in the funeral business for 22 years and just retired a couple of years ago. But many years ago, I had to drive from Austin all the way out here to El Paso and pick up a body and to bring back to Austin. And got all the way out here. It's hours, as anybody knows. And I got out to El Paso here in the middle of the night to a mortuary service, and when I went to pick the body up, the mortuary attendant told me, it's like, there's the body right over there on that cot, and you can transfer him over to yours while I get the paperwork. So I'm walking over there to get the body, and he's like telling me, yeah, funny thing, I had someone else come in with a real similar name. So automatically red flags go up. And one thing, if you ever go to pick up a body, always check the tags. Remember that if that happens to you. So I checked the tags on the body, and for some strange reason, he had one tag on one ankle with a name. He had another tag on the other ankle with another name, and had a tag on his wrist with a third name. So I went over and told the guy, this guy, who is this guy? And he looked it up and goes, oh, uh-oh, but yours is in the back. So it's a good thing I checked, because El Paso is a long way to go if you have to come back and return the body. So remember that next time you guys are out driving around needing to pick a body up. Always check the tag. All right, so that's your other funeral story for the trip. I've got about 80%, and that's going to get me actually to Las Cruces, where there's another new supercharger, and that's a version 3. So it'll get me there tomorrow morning with about 35%, something like that, which will be plenty, and we can charge up there tomorrow. So I'm going to unplug, go to the hotel, and sleep like a baby. Plugged in there. There we go. All right, this is day 2, and it's plugged in, and we made it through El Paso, and we are in Las Cruces at a new supercharger. Let's see what it's going at here. We're at 21%, and it's hitting on it. Again, it's at this coffee shop across from a couple of truck stops, but we're gonna get in here and see what we got for breakfast. Okay, that was a pleasant surprise. We had waffles stuffed with eggs, bacon, and cheese, and the car's all charged up and ready to go. So see you on down the road. We're in Deming, New Mexico this time. Don't have to stop here, but we're going to make a quick bathroom break and plug in. These are version 2's old superchargers. So, but we'll juice up for a little bit. Okay, we just got about 80% anyway. That's just a quick stop. Get that up in there. All right, we're on the road again. We got 38%. We're stopped here at Wilcox, Arizona. Plug that in for a little bit. I remember this one's behind a Holiday Inn, and you can walk to a truck stop if you want to. All right, it's charging at about 146 to 148 kilowatts. It says we only need to be here for about 5 minutes. We got to stretch our legs. Bathroom break. Don't really have to stop here, but we're gonna stop next up in Tucson. Be ready to stretch our legs again. Now we're in Tucson, and we are at some new version 3 superchargers along here. We've got about 36%, and we're gonna be here for a little bit. I think we're gonna go get some lunch. There's a Freddy's hamburgers over there. There's a Firehouse sub over here, and a whole shopping center back there. We're in Buckeye, and these were version 2s down there. We stopped here a long time ago, but since then they added about 4 or 5 version 3s here. Let's see if it's going to charge, how fast it's going to charge. We got 55%. It's up to about 150. We don't need to stay here very long. Oops. But then we'll go stop at Quartzsite where they got a huge amount of new ones. Okay, we got about 95% and made hotel reservations for tonight in Indio. So that's where we're headed next. See you down there.
Now your destination is on the left.
Okay, here at Quartzsite, Arizona, and we don't really have to charge. Put this in here. But we're stopping to stretch our legs, go for a bathroom break, and I've never seen a superchargers with 84 chargers before. So, and I think there's only 2 or 3 of us here. And across the street, there's another 36 that I have been to before. Anyway, we'll charge up a little bit, go to the bathroom. There's a Terrible Herbst right across the parking lot here, and we're going in there, get a snack, and we'll be right back and on the road. Okay, I've got about 90, no, 80, 70%. I don't know what I have. It doesn't matter. We didn't have to stop long. All right, we're staying at the Fairfield Inn over here in Indio for the night. Almost made it, but we went through 2 time zones, and so we added an extra couple hours. So we've been driving a long time. So we're going to take a nap or go to bed here tonight, and then we'll just finish it off in the morning. Okay, I am here at the supercharger in Indio, and there are 46 version 3s over here. So I've got about 42%, and I'm just going to charge up here for tonight, so I'll have plenty for tomorrow. I won't have to fill up at all tomorrow. And we'll find something to eat for tonight, and then see you in the morning for the final short leg of the drive. Okay, the recap I forgot to mention is another long day. Like I said, going through 2 time zones, added a couple extra hours, and we got an early start, and we are really beat. So we saw lots of desert and more desert and more desert. So I really don't like going this southern route. It's just a lot boring. and most of the superchargers are the older versions. I remember a few years ago we went this way with our 2016 Model S, and that was right before the version 3 superchargers were coming out. So everything we hit was the version 2s, and so I recognized a lot of the ones we stopped at as the ones we stopped at years ago. So it is nicer that there are a few that you can stop at and that are version 3s. And we also didn't have to stop as many as we wanted to, as we had to, if that made sense. We could have kept going, but we were trying to break it up, the monotony of the long drive through the desert. So we were making a lot of little stops, and there was always a supercharger nearby. We could just charge for a few minutes while we stretch our legs and go to the bathroom and get a little exercise. So it worked out really well. And of course, now we're out here in California where superchargers are everywhere, and we won't have any problems finding any around here. And I think that's pretty much it. I didn't use full self-driving at all today. I left on the enhanced autopilot all day, and it was actually quite comfortable. I pretty much enjoyed the enhanced autopilot. So I don't know if any of y'all have tried both and compared them, but let me know what you think. And I think that's pretty much it today. So tomorrow we're just going to check into a hotel later on, and we'll get to our destination. I think it's not very far, actually. Let me see. Let me check real quick to see how far to our final destination is going to be. From where we're at, it's going to be it's only supposed to be about an hour and a half away tomorrow, But like I said, we were just tired, and it's already getting dark. we were ready to just get some sleep. So tomorrow, of course, there'll probably be a lot of rush hour traffic in Southern California, so that 1.5 hours is probably going to be a lot longer tomorrow when we actually head over there. But I'll let you know what the totals are when we get finished with the trip, and I'll check with you then. Okay, this is the morning of the third day, and we're getting ready to head on out to the last little short leg this morning to our final destination. Okay, here's a real treat. They just turned on these version 4 superchargers here in California, and it's not on the route planner yet, but I saw online on the computer that they just came online yesterday, and it's charging. And they have a card reader or something there. Let me see what it's charging. Okay, I've got about 87%, so I'm going to go ahead and unplug, but these may not be fully online yet because I only topped out at about 120 kilowatts, and could be because I didn't have enough time to get my battery warmed up this morning, or they might have these still not fully ramped up since it's not showing on the route planner. So but anyway, that's my first sighting of version 4, and it's out here in Highland, California, next to San Bernardino. So if you guys are out this way, you can hit up a version 4. All right, for the final numbers, we did about 1,417 miles this trip, and looks like the average is only about 298 watt-hours per mile, which is pretty good. So I'm doing about my normal average, and the car is still a fantastic cruiser, great road tripper, and if you enjoy desert and mountains and more desert and more mountains, then take the southern route to California. I'll see you next time on the road, and be sure to like and subscribe.